Welcome to the Student Counseling Services training for the Fall 2019 Student Health and Wellness Ambassadors. Student Counseling Services is located in the Student Services Building, which is highlighted here in yellow. We are located on the third floor of that building. The best way to access us is to take the elevator to the third floor and to look for the sign for the reception. Your session today is being audio recorded by Michelle Rowling, Senior Staff Clinician. SCS offers a wide variety of services. We will be going into each of these into detail. Biofeedback is a therapeutic intervention which uses a computer instead of using a mouse or a keyboard. The individual uses sensors to measure heart rate and body temperature. Previously, SCS has utilized finger as the monitor. However, we'll be switching to sensors which will clip to the ear. You do not have to be a client in order to utilize biofeedback. You may simply sign up for a biofeedback training and begin using the program between classes or at the end of your day by handing in your ID and checking out the equipment. There's a significant amount of data regarding the validity of biofeedback. It is helpful for individuals to help relax if they tend to be more anxious, and to be more emotionally regulated for individuals who struggle with depression. We can see biofeedback having significant changes in mood as well as behavior. Crisis services available at Student Counseling Services. Students can access crisis services by walking into Student Counseling Services during any business hours. Crisis services are helpful for students who are concerned about their personal safety or the safety of others. They're concerned about harming themselves or someone else. Believe that they are losing touch with reality. For individuals who have experienced an assault, if there's a life-changing decision which a student needs to make in the next 30 hours, or if there has been a tragedy such as a death or a natural disaster in a student's life, we can then help students determine the next best steps for safety. After-hours crisis services are utilized through some national crisis services. The National Suicide Prevention offers both an 800 number for people who would prefer to talk to a crisis counselor, as well as an online chat with a crisis counselor through their website. For students who would prefer texting with a crisis counselor, you only need to text 741-741 and type in ISU to begin a conversation via text with a crisis counselor. For all other services at the counseling center, individuals must complete a walk-in triage appointment. Walk-ins occur Monday through Thursday, 8 to 3 p.m. During that time, which we encourage students to allow 90 minutes for, Individuals will complete information on a computer as well as meet with a staff member. There are multiple considerations that are taken into account as we explore the options and the best recommendation for treatment and intervention for any individual student. There are no fees for the therapy, workshops, group, or the biofeedback. There are minimal fees associated with career assessment and eating disorder assessment. Please note, although there's no fee to use our services, if students are scheduled for an appointment and they fail to call and cancel or reschedule, they are charged a $25 no-show fee. What is a workshop? These are a series of 3 to 5 weeks of consecutive education that rotate on an ongoing basis. They can be specific skills, for example, an anxiety workshop or a healthy coping skills workshop. Each semester, Student Counseling Services offers a variety of group therapy. For each group, there are 2 therapists and up to 10 students. The group will meet for 90 minutes every week for an entire semester. In order to get started with a group, following a walk-in triage, a student will be scheduled for a one-on-one time to meet with the group leaders to have further discussion about a specific group and what that group leader is looking for in regard to the group itself. Groups can be focused on a specific theme, such as grief or eating disorders. Multiple other groups are more open and are labeled Understanding Myself and Others. Group therapy is the treatment of choice for many presenting concerns, such as troubled relationships, loneliness, depression, anxiety, grief and loss, low self-esteem. We have heard time and again from students that group has offered a place to share personal experiences, to both give and receive support from peers in similar situations, a space to get constructive feedback, and a place to try out new behaviors, ways of communicating, ways of setting healthy boundaries, etc. Individual therapy is offered at the counseling center, especially when biofeedback, workshops, and group are not the indicated resource. We do work within a short-term therapy model. That means sessions tend to be scheduled every other week. They're very goal-focused, and on average, we see students somewhere between 5 and 8 sessions. Having said that, I want to clarify there are no session limits at the counseling center. Each student who comes in for a walk-in triage is seen as an individual and is assessed according to what will be most helpful for them in their unique situation. I want to restate, there are no session limits at the counseling center. Couples counseling is offered in the same guidelines as individual. Please note, both individuals in the relationship must be current ISU students. One of the most helpful resources the Counseling Center offers is community referral. Community referral is utilized for students who may have longer term needs that would require having some continuity with a therapist over multiple semesters or years while they are Iowa State students. A referral could happen when a student could get started seeing a community therapist sooner than they could start with an Iowa State therapist. The community referral process helps assist students in determining which provider would be most helpful and helping them make that initial appointment. We have a community clinical care coordinator who facilitates those referrals, helping students navigate insurance questions as well as following up with students to confirm they have gotten connected. Outreach requests go to the entire student health and wellness cluster. There is one place to request programs, cyclonehealth.org. Once a request is made, it is sent to the designated and most appropriate center for follow-up. In addition to the services I've already talked about, SCS offers programs called Let's Talk and debriefings. Let's Talk is a time set up in the Memorial Union Multicultural Center where there are staff members present. Individuals who would like to use Let's Talk simply sign up outside the door for a time slot, and the counselors visit with those individuals as they first come, first serve. Talk is appropriate for students who are not sure they're interested in actual counseling. They wonder what it's like to talk with a counselor. They would like to consult even though they're not wanting ongoing counseling. For people who have a specific problem and would like someone to help talk it through. And for people who have a concern about a friend and want some ideas to help. When appropriate, the Let's Talk counselor can make a referral to the counseling center to a WIT, a walk-in triage, for referral to our other services. Debriefings occur on campus when there has been an emotional situation, such as a death or large impact event. It's a time that allows victims to talk about their emotions or reactions, to clear up any misconceptions about an incident, help with any anxiety that's going on, and refer individuals who would benefit for other support. Debriefing is a time to set a plan to decrease or prevent ongoing struggles for anyone who has been impacted by a crisis, either as a victim or a bystander. And I think that's an important piece, is that when an incident happens within a dorm or within a department, there are often many bystanders impacted. There are specialized concerns addressed at the counseling center: career, eating disorders, and sports psychology. Career exploration services are actually located on second floor of the Student Services building. Students can walk in during open hours to explore any of these bullet points. As you note, walk-in services for a career coach are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. For individuals where an assessment would be appropriate, there is a charge of $25 to cover the actual testing. There is no additional fee for administration or interpretation of those inventories. The first step to start an eating disorder assessment is the walk-in triage, as noted before. From that initial appointment, the counselor may recommend an eating disorder assessment for anyone who has struggled with their relationship with food, body image, or exercise. The assessment will entail 3 to 4 sessions with the clinician, exploring relationship with food, body, and exercise, exploring mood, and readiness for change. Similar to the career testing, testing is also utilized in assessing severity of eating concerns. There will also be a $25 fee for this service to cover the cost. No additional fee is assessed to the student for interpreting the data. Student Counseling Services offers sports psychology services for Iowa State student athletes. It is vital as an Iowa State community that we are supporting our students as whole individuals to be healthy student athletes and have greatest potential across all areas. Consultation is one of the services used at the counseling center on a very regular basis. Individuals can call the counseling center and ask to speak with a therapist if they're concerned about their roommate, they're not sure how to get a friend over to the counseling center, or needing input on the best way to respond to a situation. Students can also walk in during the walk-in hours and let the receptionist know they're here to ask some questions about how to help their friend. Student Counseling Services is excited that our 80th anniversary will be coming this fall. We were founded in 1939 and are one of the nation's oldest university counseling centers. At SCS, we are here to help.